Hi guys, this is part 3 to my question 4, where I'll be talking about the production side of things. And I'll start off by the hardware I used while making, while producing and producing my music video. I used a Canon and a tripod, the Canon being the 55OD for the images, and the tripod obviously to stand and to help me film my music video itself. I had no trouble filming with the Canon because the Canon's quality is really high. So even when it came to dark areas, I didn't have any trouble. A tripod was easy to use because I had like a really good tripod that my teacher gave me, and them two together helped me film my music video itself, and it ran really smoothly, and the visuals that I got from my music video were amazing. Another piece of hardware I did use was gas lamps, which are just lamps that help project light into dark areas. So if you was filming at night time, you use a gas lamp in order to brighten up the scene. And the gas lamps really did help because we filmed in a dark location. It weren't really dark, but the pub slash bar that we went to, called the Bover Tavern on Kingston Road, they had like a really red and dark theme going on, and I thought it was really good to film there. But when we went there initially to film first time, we struggled to we didn't struggle. We filmed a few scenes, but they did come out a bit dark. Therefore, we realized that we did need a gas lamp the next day, so we went and we got a gas lamp from a friend, and that helped us film like really clear and beautiful scenes. If you do watch my music video, you can see how clear the visuals are. And onto software now. One of the softwares that I did use was Final Cut, and Final Cut it's like a software in which you're allowed to edit images, music videos. You're allowed to construct and build music videos, and like specific things that I did do and decisions that I did make regarding Final Cut was changing like the opacity levels, which is basically layering. Sorry, opacity is when you make your like a scene see-through, and then you add like another scene on top of it. So like the transition, it looks like there's two scenes going on at once, and you can clearly see both scenes. And I did that with the lyrics for my music video Know Yourself, which is called Woes in my interpretation, where I rapped when Kanye dropped it was polos and backpacks. And in the original, the scene where it starts off, I was wearing like a bomber jacket, so it weren't clear what I was wearing. But then in the second scene, like it's like two scenes overlaying, and it's me wearing like a polo hoodie, and then I go, when Kanye dropped it was polos and backpacks, and I showed a polo, which was quite efficient because like it weren't humorous or anything, but it worked very well. And like people always, like when people were talking about music videos, they did point out that went well. Like everyone enjoyed it. I used slow motion while using Final Cut as well, towards the end, and I think that worked really well because it was a different decision that I made, and I wanted to use slow motion throughout my whole, not throughout the whole music video, but I wanted to use slow motion more. But I think I used it in the right time towards the end when the song's beat was slowing down, so it synced well with the beat. And I'm going on to another software that I used was Photoshop. I used Photoshop in order to edit the images for my digipack and my album cover. And a few things that I was faced with was like specific things like erasing the background and just keeping like text, which I didn't know how to do, but my teacher, Mr. Gawley, helped me out, and he taught me how to do it. And he also told me to go on YouTube and watch a few YouTube tutorials in order to gain more knowledge on how to do more stuff on Photoshop. Nothing too pro and advanced, but things that I would need, like layering words on top of images, which I didn't know how to do, which he helped me by telling me to go on YouTube. And I watched a few tutorials, and I just picked up the basics on Photoshop, and that helped me massively because I knew how to change the color. Like, I didn't know how to change like the color to black and white, but not like a typical black and white, but more of a dark black and white, which I did for my music video, and it helped me massively. Also, cropping, I had to crop a lot because some of my images were too big in order to fit into the little square panels. Therefore, cropping was key. And also, color correcting. Seeing as how I took my images at nighttime, some of the colors regarding my images were a bit dark. Therefore, like, changing the color and like color correcting helped me get like a strong quality image for my digipacks. And I think the 4 images I picked for my digipack were perfect. Another software I used was Weebly. Again, blogging about my music video and like my digipack, and I just thought Weebly was the best out of all the other blogs. I thought it was quite easy to use, and I had experience using it before, because prior to A2, during AS, I used Weebly throughout, and I had no troubles using it, and I came out with a B in coursework, which is quite a good grade for AS, and it was my first time doing media. So I thought Weebly was a very, very, very good choice for me. And lastly, I used YouTube in order to upload my music video, and I had a couple issues with YouTube because every time I tried to upload my music video to YouTube, which I initially planned on doing because I thought it was the biggest platform in order to distribute my music video on, they took it down for copyright issues because I was obviously taking Drake's Know Yourself song, and even though I tried to overlay at the beginning with like noises from like the videos I did take, they still took it down for copyright issues. Therefore, I had no other choice but to change the location, like the destination of my music video. So I chose to use Vimeo, and Vimeo also took my music video down the first time for copyright issues, but after a few bug fixes, and like when I was uploading my video the second time around on Vimeo, in the description I made sure that I wrote there was no copyright intended and it was for educational purposes only. And they left my music video on Vimeo, and that, like, I thought Vimeo was more of an easy choice for me to upload my music video on instead of YouTube, because even though on YouTube I did write there was no copyright issues intended, they still took it down, and Vimeo gave me the chance they gave me the chance to upload it, and they didn't take it down. So there were the problems I faced with the YouTube Vimeo situation, but now that my music video is on Vimeo, I have no problems. I'm going to be talking about my evaluation now, like a brief talk about my evaluation, the software I use for my evaluation. As you can see, for my question 4, I'll be using YouTube for my evaluation, and I use my Samsung Alpha to film this. And I thought it was quite easy, like I talked about before, like, because I know my way around the Samsung Alpha, and it's easy for me to upload this video from my Alpha onto YouTube. I mean, it only takes like a few minutes, seeing as how my YouTube account is linked to my phone. Also, for question 1, I used a software called Mixbook. Mixbook is basically a software in which you have like a little platform, like a little book, like a square book where you type and like upload images to, and it's basically you type into this and like you upload images and it creates you a little book. So it's like a good way of presenting any essays or any PowerPoints. Like, it's pretty similar to PowerPoint, but it's just more of an eye-catching, more attractive way of distributing like your essays or anything like that. And for question 2, I used Prezi. Prezi is also similar to Mixbook, but it's more on the PowerPoint side of things. Like, it's just like a fancy way of linking like different posts to each post, and it just looks like an efficient way of blogging or writing essays or writing like descriptive things. And lastly, for question 3, I chose to just blog. Therefore, I used Weebly. I thought Weebly was easy because it's easy to add text, or add images, or embed codes. or anything like that. So I found it really easy, and those are the softwares I use for my evaluation. Thank you for watching my evaluation music video.